What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. In this video, I'm teaching you guys about Genesis 4 through 6. Last video, I talked to you guys about Genesis 1 through 3. In this video, I'll be doing the exact same thing, just about Genesis 4 through 6. I'll be telling you guys everything you need to know, so don't worry, you're not going to miss anything important at least. So, let's get into the video. Genesis 4. This is like the first story of sin. This is like the first big sin in the Bible. The first sin was like I talked about last video when Adam and Eve ate from the fruit of knowledge of good and evil. That was the first sin. And this is the first big story of sin. So here we go. So, the first two descendants of Adam and Eve came in. They were twin brothers. First descendants of the first people ever to live the earth. So, around teenage years, they started to have jobs. Abel was a sheep herder. Cain was a farmer. So, at the time, they would give offerings to God. Abel would give everything he had to God. Cain would get half. He would only give him what he wanted to give. And see, God calls us to give everything he has, or give nothing at all. Because if we give nothing at all, we're not following him. So, Cain was really only following God halfway, which you can't do. You can't follow God halfway. You're either in or you're out. Abel was following him the full length. He was giving everything. He was all of it. So, of course, God had him favor over Abel because he was fully in, and not very much favor over Cain because Cain was only giving halfway. So, Cain got jealous of Abel. God warned him, gave him tons of warnings that his jealousy would lead to something bad because God knew what was going to happen. Cain, of course, did not listen and ended up killing Abel. He murdered him. And because of that, he was severely disliked by his family. They were super shocked. And then, even God was shocked. Well, shocked. When I say shocked, he was not very shocked because he knew it was going to happen. But he was kind of disappointed that it happened. He was very disappointed in Cain because Cain did not listen. And so that is the story of chapter 4. Let's go to 5. Okay, chapter 5. So this chapter, I'm not going to really talk about a lot. There's only one thing that you really need to know. This chapter is a lot about just so-and-so was so-and-so's son, and so-and-so was so-and-so's son. So, I'm not going to bore you, because it gets really boring. Okay, I can make it as interesting as possible, but it's still just going to be boring. Okay, so I'm not going to bore you guys. So, the one thing you need to take away from chapter 5 in this video is that Adam lived to be 930 years old. That's crazy. See, back in those times, a lot of people lived 900s, 800s. And as, the Bible continues, basically as time comes on, until, of course, nowadays, people do not live in the current time to 900. Okay? Because, pollution and all of that, global warming and all that, right? But it's cool to sometimes go back and read and see, Adam lived to be 930. You don't hear about that a lot. So I highly recommend going and reading that chapter. I just do not want to bore you guys with that. I'll let yourselves bore you. So, yeah, so That's all I really need to know about that chapter. Let's get in chapter 6. Okay, so chapter 6. Chapter 6 is pretty interesting. This is one of the most known stories in the Bible. Okay, this story is amazing. It's brutal, but it's also really amazing. So, this chapter is about Noah and the ark. And I know you're probably thinking, oh, I've already heard this. I've heard this 1,000 times. Trust me, you're gonna want to listen, okay? Because some people have heard it, and some people haven't, right? There's a lot of things that you can refresh your mind about, or you can learn about. So, listen up, okay? So, remember, we're still at the beginning of the earth. We're only in chapter 6 of Genesis. So we're not even near today's time, okay? We are at the beginning of the earth. I would say around the first 100 years. Maybe, probably a lot less. That's just my guess, okay? So, we're in about the first 50 years. We'll say that. First 50 years of earth, okay? First 50 years, not long after the Garden of Eden and the creation and God creating and talking to Adam and banishing them. So I covered this last video, so you make sure to go watch that before you watch this. Anyway, so talked to you guys about it last video. So we're not far from that, and people are already turning their backs from God. Sin is causing them to turn their backs from God. So, people are multiplying, more people on earth, more questioning of God. And of course, they're not going to stop multiplying. So they keep multiplying, keep multiplying, keep multiplying, keep multiplying. And more people turn their back on God. And eventually, it leads to almost everyone in the world turns their back on God, except for Noah and his family. See, Noah, only at the time, was God's most trusted servant in the world. Right? Now, if I was Noah, that would be awesome. Right? I could imagine being God's most trusted servant. Anyway, so God calls Noah to build an ark. If you don't know what an ark is, it's basically a massive boat, okay, that is way bigger than Titanic and all of that. It's massive, okay? This is like laying a skyscraper on its side and having it float. Okay, that's basically what it is. So this thing is massive. The reason it's so massive is that God wants Noah to put 2 of every single animal in the world on this boat. Every single animal. And have living spaces for Noah, his wife, and his sons and their wives. See, they were the only people, only human that was going to be on that boat. No other humans were going to be on that boat. In fact, all the other people mocked Noah and his family for making this boat. They mocked him, they bullied him, everything. So, Noah makes the boat. It rains. Every single water, any water on the earth, gushes out with water. I mean, even a little puddle on the grass, or in the dirt, or in the sand, gushes out with water. It rains for 40 days. Okay? And then, after 40 days and 40 nights on the boat, the rain stops. So then, of course, we don't know how many more days until the whole earth was dry. We do know it took a very long time. Okay? Not like a month or anything. I think it's around like a week or two. Just because God was in control, so he just soaked it all up basically with the earth. So they come off the boat, and they're the only people on earth. So basically, that was God hitting the reset button. So that is the story of chapter 6. So, that is probably my favorite story, just because of how amazing and how powerful it shows that God is. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I love making these videos for you guys. I love sharing the gospel with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to comment down below what you want me to make videos on next. I'll be sure to read them. I will try to reply if I can. I love having other people give me ideas because that means that y'all want to see it. So make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below what you want me to make a video on next. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys next time on The Chronicles.